When things weren't going right for you offensively, what were you able to do to get Boyan untracked there and get him rolling a little bit?
Well, I think there were some opportunities for him where he got in the post, and was able to put some pressure on the defense there. We tried to get him in some pick and roll actions and force some switches where he had a matchup that he could attack. But the other thing is, he's going to get a lot of his stuff in transition, and for us to, play with the kind of force and pace we want, whether it's on makes or misses, a lot of those throw aheads and threes. I thought, he passed a few up in the first half. And, with his size, if he's ready and prepared to shoot, he'll make some contested shots. And, he did that as the game went on.
Sarah Todd, Deseret News.
And obviously not the result you wanted, and you obviously wouldn't want to see Rudy get into foul trouble like that. But can you just talk about what you got out of Derek Favors tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he had great energy. I thought when he came in the game, he made plays on the offensive boards. He finished it around the rim, and gave us a big lift, as you said, with Rudy in foul trouble. I thought, Mike's foul trouble hurt us, during that one stretch where he was out, because, he controls the game for us. But, as you said, talking about Fave, that he's had games like that. There's games he doesn't play as many minutes, and he's always been, ready. And obviously, I think tonight, he mentally, he was prepared, and, I thought took his game to another level.
Eric Walden, Salt Lake Tribune.
When not one of your guys' better three-point shooting nights, it seemed like Memphis was really kind of being aggressive and physical. Was anything unexpected there, or did you guys have any difficulty kind of handling their defensive scheme at all?
No, I mean, I thought, to the extent we got clean looks, that during those possessions, the ball moved, and those are shots that we have to take. I mean, when we try to drive closeouts and don't take shots, we're just much less efficient. And that's not to say you don't attack the rim. But I think the biggest thing for us is when we shoot the ball, it's a quick decision. We have a chance to rebound it. We have a chance to make it. And when we don't make quick decisions, if the ball doesn't move, we hold it. I think that's when their length and physicality, catches up, because they're able to shift and lock in. So, in addition to, pushing the ball up the floor and looking for those opportunities, I think our reads before we get the ball, whether it's to shoot or move it or drive it, have to improve. I mean, that's where I think the 14 turnovers came from. And I think there were a number of plays where, passes were errant that we couldn't shoot. But, George Yang is, I don't know what he was tonight because I'm still blind, but 1 for 6, those were clean looks. And if he stopped shooting those shots, I'm mad at him, because we make those shots. And the thing for us is if the ball's not going in, it just means we need to be even more efficient and more locked in, particularly on the defensive end. And that really, whether it was the offensive rebounds or the turnovers, they had a lot more possessions than we did. And, that's hard to overcome. And I was happy with the fact that we fought and gutted it out, and we're, back in the game there at the end. But I think we all know we need to play better, and we need to execute better. And that's something that, we need to come out game 2 and do.
Ben Anderson, KSLSports.com.
Quinn, I guess maybe because there were so many storylines in this game, it's a vague question, but what's your main takeaway?
Well, I think, I think just our, we've talked about competing and executing. I thought we competed. I didn't think we executed on the level that we need to, in this moment in the playoffs. And, I think our guys know that, we know the things we need to do better. And that's what you take from it. The biggest thing is we lost the game, and understand the things we either didn't do or need to do better in order to correct that and come out and win game 2.
All right, time for one last question. Andy Larson, Salt Lake Tribune.
Quinn, both Mike and Rudy got in foul trouble today, and I'm curious kind of how you decide whether or not to sit those guys when they get in foul trouble or keep them out on the floor in an important playoff game.
Well, that's always a tough decision, and I think the flow of the game dictates a lot. In Mike's case, I think they, the lead got up to, I don't know if it was 13, but it was the game was getting away from us a little bit, so we put him back in, at the end of the third, 4 minutes or so, because I felt like, he was impacting the game, and we were steadier with him in the game. And then in Rudy's case, Faye was playing well, so you're able to hold on a little longer in that instance because, Faye's doing such a good job. So again, it's your feel for the game. You get a chance to match somebody up on a certain player that can be more difficult, if they're going at Valanciunas with Rudy. So a number of factors that went in, but I felt like we needed to get Mike back in there to stabilize. And in Rudy's case, the way Faye was playing, we could hold off.
All right, that's all the questions. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks.